As a sociologist, political scientist, even if the content was stylized, I think Miami Vice was instrumental, and who do I identify with? Sonny Crockett. I mean, that guy's cool. He has hair, dresses nice, and he drives great cars.
Freeze! Miami Vice, drop him.
Sonny Crockett got things done. I mean, why not have some style and some character? So I'm good with that. There were 400 applicants for 2 positions that were open at FIU in 1976, and I lucked out, and I got this job as an assistant professor of political science. I thought I'd died and gone to heaven because our family had come whenever we could to South Florida for vacation. So to actually work in a place where you take vacation and get paid for it, that was really, really special. And I always wanted to work at a place where the future was ahead of it, not behind it. So many universities in this country are great, but there's not much left to do. And so I had the opportunity to work with a group of very highly motivated people, faculty and students who really wanted to build something, who saw the future of a great public university in Miami. So this was really, I lucked out. I died and gone to heaven, and I still feel that way.
Here he was, a fresh young face in political science, and I just thought he was wonderful. I watched him as he developed the Latin American and Caribbean Center, which was the way of putting international into Florida International University.
The purpose of creating an international university in South Florida was the notion that our geography in South Florida was our destiny, and the notion that our demography is our destiny.
Mark Rosenberg has been a very instrumental part of putting FIU on the global map. When I graduated from FIU, I would have never thought that FIU would have reached the status and the importance that it stands today in this community. And Mark has had a very integral role in making that happen.
The only time that he has been away from FIU since 1976 was when he was asked to become the founding chancellor of the State Board of Education. We got a lot accomplished, I learned a lot, and I'm really happy to be back here in Miami. I've never gotten over the thrill of living in a community like Miami Beach, which is so dynamic, so kaleidoscopic, and we can't get enough of it.
You know, Dr. Rosenberg, I first met him when he was chancellor for the state of Florida. He is a humanist. He is a real human being concerned about the well-being of folks in Miami-Dade, but across the state of Florida. He is a linguist. His Spanish is perfect. He is somebody who has great ease in a boardroom, in a classroom, but also with a friend. He takes off his jacket in a very easy way. He is engaging. He is compassionate. He's a real mensch.
One of the great things is when Dr. Rosenberg walks into services, especially on the high holidays when we have like 1,400 people here, you can actually see a wave of recognition. Everyone turns around and goes, "Oh, it's Dr. Rosenberg, it's Rosalie." And you can see like a ripple effect. Like maybe that happens at FIU football games, I don't know, but there's like a wave of recognition and everyone turns around and smiles, and it's a great thing to see him come in with his whole family. It's a blessing for us.
My mother is a survivor of Auschwitz. My father, who was an Army captain, came across D-Day Normandy. He discovered her, he found her, he liberated her from camp. My mom had a defining experience with the Holocaust, but it wasn't definitive, so I drew a lot of lessons from my mom. My father was the chair of the school board in our community for 16 years. Making a payroll every day, trying to improve the community, that's who my father was, and I know that I picked up a lot of that.
He is the closest higher ed partner that I have in this community. Through dual enrollment programs, through opportunities that he creates for high school students in Miami-Dade County Public Schools, we're building not only a stronger school system, but we're building a stronger Miami-Dade.
This year, with all the kids that we have in dual enrollment, it'll save those families nearly $3.8 million in tuition. When this university was founded, truthfully, there were not great aspirations for it. But a bunch of the faculty, and I was one of them, started pushing immediately to have a real university, a four-year university. We got that. And then we were told we couldn't have residence halls, and we got that. And we couldn't have advanced degrees, and we got that. And that's where the state legislature began to understand that Miami needed a full-service public university. And then once we got that, we said, you know what? We got to have a school of architecture. How could you have a design mecca like Miami and Miami Beach and not have a focus on design? Then we began to think about law. A great university will have a law school. We were told 3 times that couldn't happen. We kept coming back and we got the law school. And once we got the law school, we had some momentum. And then the American Medical Association came out and said there was going to be a physician shortage. And that was a crack in the door that we needed, and we drove a Mack truck through it.
They've proven that they have the qualities to be among the new generation of physicians needed by our country.
As a board member for City National Bank, we're very fortunate to have him there. He certainly makes a point to add value, whether it's from a banking standpoint or not. I always walk away feeling like I've learned something when I interact with Mark.
He handled the big jobs, and that's why he was so eminently well qualified to be named president in 2009. It really does sound very nice. President Rosenberg. I guess a Jewish boy can become president.
We think we're pretty good at turning the impossible into the inevitable. We don't like no. We like to get things done. Our School of Hospitality and Tourism Management, Chaplain School, is top ranked. Our medical school is fully accredited and graduating students. Our law school is now top 100. Phi Beta Kappa, which is a measure of quality. They ask us. We don't ask them. They ask us if we'd be in. So we're really proud of those accomplishments, but there's a lot more to do.
To cast Dr. Mark Rosenberg in a movie, number one, it would be right here in this beautiful city, Miami Beach. Not Mission Impossible would be from the impossible to the inevitable. And Dr. Rosenberg would be Tom Cruise.
If I had to pick a film, I really wasn't happy with the theme of Miami Vice, but I would cast Mark Rosenberg as the chief of police because he'd make sure that the good guys prevailed.
If I had to cast Mark Rosenberg in Smokey and the Bandit, it'd have to be as Burt Reynolds because obviously, I mean, their hair, right? They have very similar hair.
Philosophically, I'm in awe of higher education and its power. The Lifetime Achievement Award is a true honor, and I'm blessed with that recognition, but I'm not done. I love learning, I love the life of the mind, and I really like working with people. And I'm very proud of the accomplishments we've made to date.
Dr. Rosenberg, I just want to remind you that the proper definition of rabbi is teacher. I want to extend to you our gratitude for teaching us and being such a monumental example of menschlichkeit, of being a proper human being. God bless you. Shalom.